Welcome to Lightning Ministries Daily Devotional. Today's topic is God in everything. That's a good question. Our book today is Romans chapter 8, verses 28 through 29. Now you can't really see it here, but on my arm is my Bible verse, which is Romans 8:28. For whatever reason, I tried to figure out a way and prayed about a verse, and during that time, I was bombarded by every means about Romans 8:28. Now, if you've never read Romans 8:28 or 29 for that matter, because it's included, it says, "We know that all things work together for the good, for those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. For those He foreknew, He also predestined to be conformed, to the image of His Son, so that He would be the firstborn among many brothers and sisters." Now, what I find here is that you probably ask yourself, is God really involved in the details of my life? If you're like me, or like most of us, it's easy to believe that God is in the good things. He surely is in successes, strong relationships, and physical health. But you may wonder if He's also in our failures, broken relationships, and even sickness and illness. Well, let me share this. The good news is He is. Take note of an important distinction. God being in everything doesn't mean that He is causing everything that happens in our lives. After all, you and I live in a fallen world full of brokenness and, for that matter, sin. There's always will be a trouble to deal with, or on the side of eternity, we're going to have it here. So even while God doesn't create every circumstance that we face, He does allow every circumstance. As He does, He's wavering the good parts and the difficult parts of our life together. Let me rephrase that. Let me start over again. He's weaving, not wavering, every part, good and bad, in our lives for the long-term benefit and for His glory. But nothing that you and I dealt with today will have slipped through His hands as our sovereign God. Now, everything under His control, when we choose to trust His ultimate goodness, we can both receive the joys of today with thanksgiving and accept His hardships with peace. I think a lot of us find that hard to do. It is the peace of knowing that God is within us, and also with us, and also for us, and also working for the good of those who love Him. You know, I've always said before in my messages is that God wants a relationship with us. That's why He created us. He didn't create us to work and give Him money and do great things for other people. When we become believers, that just becomes a desire, not some orders or mandate that we have to be and act that way. But I'll share this with you in sharing that. The love of God is so strong that if we'll allow Him in and ask Him for His guidance, then there's no way in the world that we're ever going to be not in His grace and not finding peace through His love and forgiveness. I ask you today to look for ways to serve Him and ask Him to guide you in the steps that He wants you to take. Thanks for taking the time to listen today. I hope that you realize that God is in everything. And even while it may not seem that way, He's working the good for you out as well as the bad. He sees everything, regardless of what we think. Anyway, have a blessed day, and I look forward to talking to you again.